I wanted to make a quick video about some models that have been pretty popular on the website Thingiverse. They are low-poly Star Wars models made by the user Flowalistic. And what low poly means is low polygon count. And so what he has done is instead of trying to come up with the most detailed models, he has gone sort of the opposite direction, gone for the minimal use of polygons that he can get away with while still making it recognizable as the character. So we'll start out with perhaps one of the more popular models, that is Darth Vader. And this one is, as you can see, kind of a faceted look. That's what he's going for here. You can see that on the cape in particular, all those facets. And so, you know, normally if you had a curved cape, there'd be probably thousands and thousands of these polygonal shapes, whereas here you only have a couple dozen maybe. But you can still totally tell who this is supposed to be. This is obviously printed in black filament, and it prints in 3 parts. This body and cape, all of this prints as one section. You don't need any support material. It just prints right up from the bottom and works perfectly. A lot of that is due to the way this has been designed. If you see his arms are sort of at his legs here, that's because if you have something that gradually goes up like that, a 3D printer can handle it without making any, having any errors or needing support material. But if he had his arm stretched out or something, holding a lightsaber, you would either need to do the arm as a separate piece, or you would want to use a lot of support material. But for most of these models, they're quite simple to print. Take about, I don't know, it depends on your settings to some degree, but 5 or 6 hours, something like that. They're quite easy. Now this one, I noticed that all of his humanoid models were sort of the same height, so I decided to make Vader a bit bigger. This is a 120% the size of the normal model. And then we have a Stormtrooper to go with him. Now, it's a little hard to see here with the black and the white. There we go. I think the Stormtrooper is pretty nice as well. He's got the same kind of pose, though. That helps keep it printing well. There's another one to go on either side of him. All of these models print in 3 parts. You have the body, the head, and then a pin that allows you to sort of turn the head like that and attach it to the body. You could, of course, print these in black if you wanted shadow troopers or whatever. But I think these came out pretty well. He does have a dual extruder version, which means that for people who have 3D printers that have 2 extruders for 2 kinds of filament, they can actually use 2 colors in the model. Now normally, even today, 3D printing is largely limited to a single color, and if you want lots of colors, you sort of have to paint it. But this, you could, if I had a dual extruder, have, for example, the black and the white, or some silver and black, which would look really good on these models. 2 other ones that he's made, let me get these out of the way briefly, are R2d2 and C3po. And I think these came out quite well as well. I particularly like this model. It's quite simple, and you can see what I'm talking about with the low poly, because he's got a very faceted look on his dome. It's not really circular, but it definitely looks like him. This one, both of these are a little bit more complicated than the other ones. They come. This one came in 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces that you just attach. Basically, this one you shove up inside his body, and then you have a couple pins for these, so you can sort of adjust the position just a little bit. And similarly, you have the head on C3PO will turn, or you could even take it off if you wanted to. Maybe you should make a Salacious Crumb. That would help with that. And he also has these arms that move up and down. So let's get a look at all these together. We've got Vader. These are all the ones that he's made up until now, although he has made low poly versions of other things like Pokemon. I did actually, speaking of the dual extruder version, as I said, I don't have a dual extruder printer, but I did take one of the R2d2 models and print it off, starting with the white, and then I just manually switched over right during, in the middle of the print to silver to make the dome, and I think that actually worked out pretty well. However, I ended up pushing in the third leg too far, and when I tried to get it out, it broke off, so this is going to be a standing version like that. It doesn't work completely because these legs are already slanted a little bit, but it's alright. Anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. I'm hoping that Flowalistic will be making some more Star Wars models. Who knows, maybe even a Jabba the Hutt. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching.